Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The top series of tonight are the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, and Somali President and Ethiopian Prime Minister held a tripartite meeting. And in Gaza, Israeli airstrike continued despite the ceasefire, killing one and injuring many. We begin tonight's news with the Djibouti and Somalia strengthen bilateral cooperation and regional stability. The President of the Republic, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, held talks on Thursday morning at the Presidential Palace with his counterpart, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Discussion focused on ways and means to strengthen the bilateral relations between the two broadly and friendly nations, which are rooted in strong historical ties between their peoples and reinforced by shared culture, language, and geographic proximity. The meeting also provided an opportunity to review the evolving situation in Somalia, particularly the ongoing situation of the ongoing effort of the Somali government to extend state authority and strengthen national institutions. Both leaders underscored the importance of continued coordination and cooperation to support stability and development in Somalia, contributing to greater security throughout the Horn of Africa region. Prime Minister Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed received today his voter registration card in the Plateau district of Djibouti City as part of the nationwide mobilization ahead of the presidential election schedule for April 10, 2026. And upon his arrival at the administrative offices, the Prime Minister was welcomed by the prefect of Djibouti City, along with several officials and staff members involved in the national campaign of distribution voter registration card. And still with the national news, in his remarks, Prime Minister Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed emphasized that active citizen participation in the election reflects their commitment to national responsibilities and contribute to strengthening democracy and upholding the rule of law in the country. He also stressed that ensuring every voter receives their card guarantees the integrity of the electoral process and reinforces trust between citizens and authorities responsible for organizing it. The Prime Minister added that authorities are working to remove any obstacles that citizens might face when collecting their cards. Prime Minister Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed also noted that coordination between administrative and local bodies aims to ensure that all voters, including those in remote areas, can access registration centers easily, thereby ensuring broad and effective participation in the upcoming election. And now this closing ceremony of the President's award, a memorization of the Holy Quran. And after 3 days of intense competition and beautiful recitations, the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Waqf, Mumin Hassan Barre, presided yesterday, Wednesday, over the award ceremony for the top winners of the 26th edition of the regional Quran memorization, recitation, and tajweed competition, the President's Award at the Grand Hall of the People's Palace. The event was attended by several government members, ambassadors of the Republic of Yemen and the Republic of Sudan, senior officials from the Ministry of Islamic Affairs and Waqf, as well as numerous scholars, imams, and religious preachers. This edition saw a broad participation, including representatives from Djibouti and 11 other countries from the Horn of Africa, East Africa, and the Great Lakes region. Notably, 3 countries competed for the first time: Rwanda, Burundi, and South Sudan, reflecting the competition's role as a platform for cultural and religious exchange and for promoting values of tolerance and understanding through the words of the Holy Quran. Over the 3 days, contestants competed across 3 levels: memorization of the entire Quran, memorization of 20 parts, and memorization of 10 parts. In his speech, the head of the jury, Sheikh Mahmoud Ahmed Absiye, did not fail to praise the contestant for their excellent recitations and precise memorization of the Holy Quran. He stressed that the fair competition in this edition show the participants' strong commitment to Quranic values and excellence, making the contest a key platform for Quranic learning and achievement. For his part, Sheikh Absi also praised the broad regional participation and stressed the importance of encouraging a love for the Holy Quran among younger generations. And speaking at the ceremony, the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Waqf, Momin Hassan Barri, did not fail to pay the heartfelt tribute to the President of the Republic, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, for his high-level patronage and unwavering commitment in promoting the Holy Quran and encouraging its memorizers, the Hufaz. The minister also emphasized that this edition marks a new milestone, highlighting the growing importance of the competition and its expanding reach. He noted the participation of 3 new countries from the Great Lakes region, including Rwanda, Burundi, and South Sudan, joining the regular participant from the Horn of Africa and East Africa, which underscores the competition's increasing success and its ambition, Allah willing, to become a premier continental and international Quran Awards. Minister Barre also reminded attendees that the event takes place during the last 10 days of the blessed month of Ramadan, a period of heightened spirituality, multiplied divine blessings, and intensified devotion and acts. Finally, the minister warmly congratulated the winners for their outstanding performance and top placement. As with the previous edition, the 26th edition of the regional Quran memorization competitions, President's Award concluded with a ceremony honoring the winners in the various categories. In level 1, memorization of 3 parts, the first place winner were Badri Abdullah Haidara from the Republic of Yemen and Hush Roble Jadid from the Republic of Djibouti. In level 2, memorization of 20 parts, the first place winner was Hassan Ali Hussein from the Federal Republic of Somalia. In level 3, memorization of 10 parts, the top prize went to Ahmed Mohammed Sabriye from Kenya. The top winner were awarded prizes reflecting officials' recognition and support for the Hufaz and encouraging them to continue their journey of mastery and excellence. And similarly, as part of the spiritual activities held during the holy month of Ramadan, last night saw the 5th edition of the Quran recitation and memorization competition between community development centers in the Ali Megag and 7th Makar district. This initiative aims at young people, seeks to strengthen spiritual values, encourage the study of the Holy Quran, and deepen religious commitment among youth. The competition brought together 11 community development centers affiliated with the Bulaus municipality, reflecting the growing interest of young people in the noble spiritual and educational activity. Participants demonstrate exceptional skill in Quranic recitation and memorization, highlighting values of diligence, discipline, and dedication in learning the sacred Quran. The contests were supervised by a judging panel composed of representatives from the Youth and Culture Center and the Ministry of Waqf Properties and Islamic Affairs, ensuring accurate and comprehensive evaluation of the contest performances. And at the Community Development Center under the police, youth from Angela, Arhiba, Hajdide centers, as well as the police center itself, competed together. And moving on to other news, CNC and CENI hold coordination meeting ahead of a presidential election, and as part of preparation for the presidential election schedule for April 2026, a working meeting was held today at the headquarters of the National Communication commission bringing together officials from both the CNC and the Independent National Electoral Commission known as CENI. The meeting was chaired by Ali Mohammed Dimbio, president of CNC, while the CENI delegation was led by its president Bahnan Ali Maidal. Discussion focused on coordinating electoral commission and ensuring fair access to the media as the presidential vote approach. Participants reviewed a mechanism to regulate the media coverage of the electoral process and to guarantee equal opportunities for all political actors. Taking the floor, the president of CNC, Ali Mohammed Dimbio, did not fail to emphasize that his institution's role is to regulate the national media landscape and ensure fair access to media for all political actors in this context of the presidential election 2026. He underlined the importance of close coordination with the CENI to guarantee balanced media coverage in accordance with the rule in force, strengthened that such cooperation is very important to maintain the transparency and credibility of the electoral process. The last 10 days of Ramadan, a time of spirituality and mercy, as the last 10 days of the blessed month of Ramadan approach, feelings of faith and spirituality are renewed in the hearts of Muslims during these sacred days. Believers around the world intensify their acts of worship and devotion to Allah, engaging in prayer, itikaf, remembrance of Allah, and recitation of the Holy Quran. The last 10 days are considered among the most significant of the holy month, offering blessings, multiplied rewards, and opportunities to perform good deeds, especially in seeking Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree, which Allah describes in the Holy Quran as being better than 1,000 months. In mosques across Djibouti, as in other Islamic countries, the final nights of Ramadan see large congregation attending Taraweeh and Qiyam al-Layl prayers in an atmosphere of devotion and serenity. And speaking for the occasion, Sheikh Awale Tahir Jama, head of the Department of Dawah and Guidance at the Ministry of Islamic Affairs and Waqf, highlighted the importance of the final days of Ramadan. He said they are very blessed and offer great opportunities to get closer to Allah and earn multiplied rewards during this time. Muslims are encouraged to increase worship, including nightly prayers, Quran recitation, charity, and good deeds, following the example of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who devoted himself more in these nights than any other. Sheikh Awal also reminded worshippers that the last 10s of Ramadan include Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree, which is better than 1,000 month. And still with the national news, a military review of Hale 13 Battalion ahead of deployment to Somalia. And as the deployment of Hale 13 Battalion to Somalia approached, the Chief of Staff of the National Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, received the battalion staff this morning. The military review took place at the Al-Aoun Training Center, serving as an important symbolic and operational milestone before the battalion's scheduled departure on March 16. The event was attended by senior civilian and military officials. to national security. The deployment of Hill 13 Battalion continues a tradition of regional solidarity that began in 2011, with this new unit taking over from Hill 12 Battalion as part of ongoing effort to support stability in the first sector of the Hiran region in Somalia, a mission that has lasted for over 15 years. These failed operations demand constant vigilance and readiness as Djiboutian soldiers secure strategic checkpoints and conduct thorough inspections to ensure the safety of supply and communication routes, while also countering asymmetric threats. Female personnel actively participate in various operational tasks, working alongside their male colleagues in surveillance, patrols, and site security. Their involvement reflects, let's not forget, that the advanced level of operational and peacekeeping capabilities achieved by the Djiboutian Armed Forces. In addition to security operations, logistical support for local forces and the implementation of civil military activities remain key pillars of Djibouti's presence in the region. By contributing to stability in the town of Beledweyne, Boulebourde, and Dusamareb, Hill 13 Battalion aims to achieve its primary objective, enhancing security and restoring a sense of safety for the civilian population. Let's not forget that this deployment underscores Djibouti's long-standing commitment to regional peace and security. The professionalism and dedication of the Djiboutian Armed Forces continue to strengthen the trust of local communities and promote lasting stability in the Hiran region. The participation of female armed forces and the deployment ceremony of Hill 13 Battalion opened in a solemn and inspiring atmosphere. It began with the recitation of Quranic verses by one of the soldiers, followed by a prophetic hadith shared by Haji Musa, and concluded with heartfelt prayers and supplications.
خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفذ البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جينا بمثله مددا صدق الله العظيم
بلادكم بلو بولي بارنا في نسائنا اللهم بارنا في أولادنا اللهم فارنا فيما أعطيتنا من الأموال والأولاد والأزواج والذريات يا رب العالمين. اللهم احفظ بلادنا، اللهم احفظ حدودنا، اللهم احفظ جنودنا، واصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا، وفقوا لما تحبه وترضاه يا رب العالمين. إلهي عدو نجا إلهي عدو مغرى نجا قبو عدو نوسو جدا نجا قبو كيس خرين إله نجا قبو كنود من إله نجا قبو حولها إله نو بركة عمرك إله نو بركة دمرك إله نو بركة أولاد إله نو بركة هداية إله النصي يا رب العالمين. مدح إله سوى هنوني إله الفوضى قبو ديته وسوعلي. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة في الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. آمين آمين. صلى الله على سيدنا الفاتحة.
In his remarks, the Chief of Staff of the Djiboutian Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, did not fail to emphasize the importance of discipline, reminding soldiers that each one serves as an ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti on Somali soil. He did not fail to stress that their conduct and values must reflect positively on their country and its military institutions. General Zakaria also highlighted the need for responsibility and strict adherence to military instructions, noting that the success of the mission relies on unit cohesion, effective coordination within the battalion, and respect for the laws and regulations governing peacekeeping missions. The Chief of Staff urged soldiers to remain vigilant and courageous, work as a unified team, and carry out their duties in a manner that supports stability and security in their assigned areas, while fostering trust and positive relations with the local communities. He concluded by affirming the armed forces' commitment to regional peace and the protection of civilian population. The professionalism and dedication of the troops, he said, will serve as a model for Djibouti's ongoing role in supporting security and stability abroad. And the official ceremony concluded with a moving moment as a wreath of flowers was led in honor of Djiboutian soldiers who sacrificed their lives while serving their country. This symbolic gesture serves as a reminder of the great sacrifices made by the Djiboutian armed forces.
ولا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا بل أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون صدق الله. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافيه واعف عنه وأكرم نزله ووسع مدخله وغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقيه من الخطايا كما ينقى الصوت الأبيض من الدنس وأبدله خيرا من داره وأهلا خيرا من أهله وزوجا خيرا من زوجه وأعذه في النار وعذاب في القبر. وصلى اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.
Other story now, Djibouti's Ministry of Commerce inspected social goods stocks. The Director of Domestic Commerce, Abdi Farah, accompanied by a senior delegation from the ministry and members of the Price Control Brigade, conducted a comprehensive tour of free trade zone and warehouses where essential goods imported by private operators are stored. The initiative aims to monitor and verify stock levels to ensure national market stability and prevent excessive price increases, particularly in a global economic context marked by uncertainty and volatility. During the tour, the delegation visited the old free trade zone as well as several strategic warehouses, including Javanaz Depot and the Djibouti Free Trade Tower. The inspections confirmed that current stock levels of essential goods are ample and sufficient to meet the country's needs for at least 1 year. Mr. Abdi Farah emphasized the importance of this regular monitoring, which guarantees not only food security but also price stability for all Djiboutian consumers. He also reaffirmed the authorities' commitment to ensuring a continuous supply and preventing any disruption in this market. This inspection is part of the corrective measures implemented by the Ministry of Commerce to ensure a secure and sustainable supply of essential goods in line with the country's national objectives. Moving on to Tajura now, where for its 7th anniversary of the People's Rally for Progress Party was held. The Tajura branch of the People's Rally for Progress Party held a special celebration at Jedli Hotel yesterday to mark the party's 47th anniversary, which falls on March 4th. The event was attended by the president of the Tajura branch, Ali Muhammad Ali, along with the party activists and local citizens who gather in an atmosphere of camaraderie and pride in the party's history and national contributions. Participants reflected on the party's journey since its founding on March 4th, 1979, highlighting its role in strengthening national unity and promoting the values of stability and development in the country. Moving on to Al Sabih now, where the Asbiyo recently hosted a certificate ceremony honoring 12 young women who successfully completed professional training in pottery and ceramics. This initiative, led by the Subago Women's Association, represents an important step toward empowering young women through the learning of traditional crafts. Under the leadership of Nim'a Musa, the Subago Association has long supported the social and professional integration of women and girls. As part of this effort, the 12 participants underwent specialized training at the Djibouti Center for Studies and Research workshop. The 9-month training program provided a structured environment and qualified instructor, allowing the participant to develop technical skills in pottery and ceramic, equipping them to pursue income-generating activities in the handicraft sector. The closing ceremony was attended by prominent figures, including Deputy Prefect and Regional Women's Association President Willow Ibrahim, highlighting the initiative importance in promoting professional integration and valuing artisanal skills. Djibouti security forces intercept cat smuggling in near Holhol. A major incident occurred at a military checkpoint near the village of Holhol sub-prefecture. The Djiboutian army forces, in close coordination with the custom authorities, seized a 4x4 vehicle carrying a large quantity of cat from Ethiopia. The vehicle, suspected of smuggling, approached the checkpoint at high speed. Despite repeated instruction to stop, the driver attempted to force his way through, putting the lives of soldiers at risk. In response to these immediate threats, the military was forced to open the fire to ensure their safety. The driver and two accomplices sustained minor injuries and were subsequently evacuated to hospital for treatment. And thanks to the swift action of the security forces, over 50 bundles of cat were seized. Israeli airstrike kills one in Gaza despite a ceasefire. A Palestinian man was killed and dozens more were injured on Tuesday during an Israeli airstrike in Gaza, despite the ceasefire that has been in place since last October. Since the resumption of the bombings, the death toll has now surpassed 600, and hospitals, already fragile, are under severe pressure due to the influx of wounded. Palestinian authorities condemned the violation of this ceasefire and call on the international community to intervene and prevent further escalation and worsening of the humanitarian crisis. That's it for the news. Thanks for being with us, and stay tuned for more program on our channel.